Hey everybody, Kelly Sue with Cleopatra Art Studios here, and I know it's been a while, 2 whole days since I've seen you, but I wanted to come on and paint my spring bike tiered tray from our Biggie Box. Number 1, because I want to paint with you. Number 2, it's a great resource for our club members to be able to watch the video and just get inspired by the colors I use. Or maybe want to choose something I didn't use, and that's fine too. You turn this down a little bit. When you come on, just tell me hi. Tell me a little bit about your day. Is it snowing where you are? Because the groundhog lied. It's snowing here. I have a funny story about the groundhog. Most of you know that I know, okay, so I'm not in my pages, I'm all blah, blah. Okay, I'll try to come back to that later. So go ahead and give me a comment here. I'll see if I can see it. I'm sitting today, honestly, hold on, whoop, there we go. I don't know what it's saying. It's saying I'm not in my profile. I'm clearly in my profile. All right, it wanted me to switch, and then it wanted me to switch again. So I might not be able to respond to you through the computer, but hi, it's nice to see you. What I love about this is, oh my gosh, look how adorable this is. There were, I didn't want the bike to be intimidating to people, so I had John do a couple things a little bit different than the original design. So I'm gonna grab my tape. We're gonna start with the bike because holy smokes, it's super cute. So right away, I wanna point out that there are 4, right, 1, did I lose one already? No, 2, 3, 4 freestanding flowers and 4 stems. You wanna be careful with the stems because, you know, if you stick them too hard and rip them off, they're just gonna break. That one's got just one lonely little leaf, how funny. And then the basket. And I wanna point out your basket is different than my basket. Mine, I thought I'd take it easy by just having John etch the basket. And then after he made this for me, I went, no, I don't want that. So he's cutting out all those little wicker spaces for you guys. I'm gonna have to paint mine. Okay, and then the only other thing, okay, so the wheels are nice and heavy. The bike frame, voila, so French. The pedal, super cute. So it's really pretty simple after this. So am I saying that it's not gonna take you a while to paint it? I think it'll take you a little while, but it's so cute, it's so worth it. So basically, oops, did I do this back? Are the wheels the same size? No, good to know. The back wheel is smaller than the front wheel. Okay, those are just probably gonna be black, I'm guessing. I don't really need to paint those. Let me see, I have a reference photo. Let me grab it really quick. You'll have the video if you're in my Biggie Box. Of course, you'll have the video where I flunder through and make all the mistakes so you don't have to. I'm not gonna leave you alone on this. Okay, apparently I don't have a photo. There we go. Here's my photo. Okay, so the way we did this was the back, we painted white, except for the basket. So that's easy peasy. So grab your white. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab my fluid acrylic white because one coat does it. So, hey, Patricia. I know, so the artsy boxes, if you didn't see in our private clubhouse page, the Artsy Chick Clubhouse, the artsy boxes go out today and tomorrow. So I wanted to hurry up and do this so I can provide only, ooh, that's a lot. And then the Biggie Boxes go out Saturday and Monday. And we did just get a tiny bit behind, but we're back on track. So pick yourself out a sponge or a paintbrush to get this going. I'm so excited. Y'all are so excited about getting these. I always have a little trepidation at first that I say, Valentine's is going away this weekend. Yes, I agree. Normally, by the time the holiday rolls around, I'm kind of done with it just because we start so early. But spring, I'm feeling good about the spring. Love it. So me and John did a thing, and we're not really announcing it to everybody else, but if you're watching today, you're gonna find out. So we did order another laser, so we have a third, just because we went from, oh, we could get things out within 3 to 5 days to it was taking 5 to 7 days, and I'm just not okay with that. So that's just what we did. So good, bad, and different. It's more important for me to know that we are providing really good customer service to you guys. It's crafts, but you guys, I know when you see something you love, you get so excited and you want it now. I get it. I get it. So that means we have to extend our clean room. And if you don't know what that is, not all wood crafters have a clean room. But it was important to me that we did. And a clean room is just a room that is dedicated, it's shut off, it's sealed from... Okay, so you would have holes in your wicker, so you would paint your basket brown, so I'm not even gonna do that. A clean room, okay, so it's basically, we took part of the shop and we put 3 walls on it, because the 4th wall would be the outside wall, and then put a ceiling on it, put some, John finished it off nice. I would have left it at the studs. Nothing wrong with some studs, right, girls? Cracked me up. Oh, that's black. So, we have to extend that, because when we built it, I went, oh, well, we better make room for more lasers. And John went, if you think we're going to have more than one laser, wah, blah, blah, blah. You all have husbands or significant others that don't have the vision. They don't have the vision, right? But I was like, we should make it big enough for 2. And so he went along with it, and I think he thought he was going to get a man cave out of the section we were using. Hey, Kay, how you doing? I wonder how, I think it was Aruba. No, you said Caribbean. I thought Aruba when you said a Caribbean, but maybe you said Bahama. Bahama Mama. Hopefully you had a great time and you had to come back to this. The weather. Anyway, so we have to extend, that will be what we're doing this weekend. Extend the clean room. And I don't know why everybody doesn't do that, because you're going to use the rest of the shop for other things, right? So I was like, the room's got to be clean, and we got to keep the dust from coming out everywhere, and the noise and the fumes, because there's fumes. That's fumey. It's fumey. So that should be coming soon, in a week or 2. You don't get them right away, and then we have the hookups and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to paint my basket. Okay, so let me put that away to dry. You'll want to go ahead and paint yours 2 or 3 times. Okay, I'm so excited. Were you celebrating something wonderful, or do you go every year? Maybe you go every year. So in my example, my bike is teal, and I really don't see a good reason to deviate from that, but I'm expecting that those of you that are in our Art Box Club, you are going to completely blow me away with all your bike colors. So I have the Bluesy Goosey and the Teal Me About It. First time. There will be more. There is a way. Kate, can you tell me what island you went to? We've only really done cruises where we get like a taste of the islands, and that's because we had kids and they ate so much and they didn't want to sightsee. So the cruises were a great way for us to see the islands, but there have been a few we haven't gone to. So I'm always kind of curious. So do you guys think Bluesy Goosey or Teal Me About It? Jamaica. Haven't been to Jamaica. The only island in the Bahamas I've been to was the Disney island. It was a Disney cruise, and we were only there for the afternoon, and it was in November, and it was freezing. They just had a hurricane come through. They just recovered. We're gonna give them some grace. I know it's probably beautiful, but I did feel comfortable snorkeling there because they had like anti-shark wire. Disney doesn't want you to ruin your vacation by having a shark attack. Okay, so Bluesy Goosey or Teal Me About It? And then these are our new fashion colors. We've had a lot of asks, so can I buy a 2-ounce bottle from you? I don't have a problem with that. We're working on it. I'd rather be a little bit more organized if that's something you guys want to do. Because a lot of you guys live rurally. Did you guys see I just went bluesy goosey? You live not royally, rurally, and having us send you a 2-ounce bottle is, you know, just probably more convenient. These ones are just pains to fill. They just really are. Okay, so I'm just going in. I'm just going to paint carefully my bike frame. And then I'll just come back and put black for the bike seat. Wouldn't it be cool if it was a banana bike? Tell me about it. Oh, I already went on. Sorry. Oh, let's clean it out. We're going to tell me about it. I didn't even see that. Okay, we're switching. We're switching. Maybe it'll be a nice combination of both. I have a deeper teal. The Tell Me About It reminds me of a glaze from Mako that we used to use when we had the studio. Yes, I still have my kiln. Yes, I still have the glazes. And the glaze was called Teal Next Time. And they did have amazing glazes, but one of the reasons I bought from them was for the names. Come on. You get to come up with a name for something. It should be fun. Mine was Tell Me About It. Sabrina's was Bluesy Goosey. She's way better at it than me. Way better. Okay, I'm just gonna paint it all and then I'll go back and I will decide what's gonna be black and what's not. But let's just, I call it like color mapping. I'm just giving everything a good base coat. So our paints that we're switching to, the colors we're switching to, do have a nice base coat in them. So, which is great. A primer, I guess I should say. A little primer, and I want to show you this was one coat, and you could be done. In fact, I would like to suggest it's even better than the fluid acrylic that I've been switching to. That I do love the fluid acrylic, but we might be moving all our wood paint to this, because I love that you guys can get a really good coverage. Now, my only problem is we also do canvas, and so I have to keep these separate from my canvas paints because it does not work. Okay, great. I'm seeing what else is happening. If you got something to share, I'd love to hear about it. Love, love, love. Okay, so black. This is gonna sit aside to dry. My wheels are gonna be black. How easy is that? I like to paint, instead of a paper plate, I do like to put everything on a paper bag, just because it's easy to bounce off the extra. The big bag does absorb some of the paint, so it is, you do lose a little bit, but I feel less wasteful. And then you can always, once it dries, I mean, if you're super thrifty, let it dry, flip it over, or use the other side for next time. Yeah, that, I'm not, I've never been accused of being super thrifty, you guys. It's not like I'm wasteful, I'm just an artist. I'm just an artist that wants to do art. Here we go. So I just have black. I did go with my acrylic, fluid acrylic, because right now it has my best coverage. So I'm using my sponge, bounce them off, on and off. You can obviously snip these so you can get multiple uses. Someone did just ask me this week, Sherry, where I get my sponges, and I'm gonna tell you right now, sometimes I go to Walmart and get the heavier sponges and they're just a really good value. I go through a lot, so I do get my packages of sponges from Amazon. I can always drop a link. I'm not a, what do you call it, not a collaborator, but some people get paid, you know, like a finder's fee or something. I don't do that. Everyone who has the time to do that for 7 cents on the dollar. I know, a lot of people would figure that out, but I want to help you guys get started. I'm showing you what I do, where I get my supplies. I am going to start providing these, I think, because we've had this, just this week alone, after we introduced our 3 new fashion colors. Okay, we have a 4th one, but nobody likes it. So I learned quickly. It's a quick learning curve. It's the terracotta orange I made, but it just is kind of wimpy. So we're gonna go back to the drawing board and make it more like cadmium orange. But it was a terracotta. I don't see it right now. I personally liked it a lot because I'm not a cadmium orange person, which is like bright, bright, bright. Maybe because of the hair. All right, so one more thing, the petal. So I'm just gonna do the whole petal black. If you feel like you wanna come back in with some silver, that's awesome. Just go ahead and do that up. If you're just joining me, we're doing our bike tiered tray from our Biggie Box. They're just getting ready to ship out, but we leave it open all month. If you're like, man, I'd really like to join, but I don't get paid for 2 more weeks, you're okay. We're leaving it open, and then we close. And then we don't take anybody new until the next month. Not that next month, the next alternative month. Okay, my basket. Well, I'm just gonna go, the basket should be really colorful. My photo shows the basket as white, and I'm like, really, that's all we could have done. This would be a great time to use that terracotta orange that nobody likes. I'm gonna use purple. I just need a little bit. The purple is also one of our formulated colors, and I haven't come up with a name for it yet. So if you wanna help, go ahead and let me know what you think that color should be. The name it should be, so it needs to be kind of fun, like Bluesy Goosey or Tell Me About It, or Till Next Time. No, it was Tell Me About It. Okay, your basket will have the woven cutouts. Mine does not, because it was a prototype. This is what I thought I wanted till I got it. And I said, nope. Nope. He always makes me one first. We just don't willy-nilly send crap out. Okay, so this is gonna go here. It's purple, I love it. Okay, putting it back. All right, so I've got lots of little pieces, so I'm gonna need lots of little pieces of sponge to get it done. What's your color flower that you think is the best? I may be doing daisies. So I think I want a nice bright green for the stems instead of dark green, and the reason why is my basket is purple. So I have my green apple, just a little sponge. I'm just gonna come in here, and remember, I can always change my mind. So when you open up your Biggie Box, your flowers and your stems will be inside the frame here, because I did not want to use a glue dot. So that's where they'll be. Of course, if anything happens to it, just let me know. We take care of our members. We'll get that right out the door. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right, all right. And then, oh, why did I paint the flowers green? All right, that was a nice base coat. It's okay, you can take, I was in the zone. You guys done it too. It's okay. I'm just gonna wipe it off. It's okay. And start over. I was just thinking about just kind of plain old daisies, but you can just go gorgeous. You know, some pink. Oh, hello. I have that pink I really like. It's just pink or rose from Craftsmart, but what I like about it, it's not super bright. It's not fuchsia bright. In fact, you could suggest that it's dull. It's got a duller color to it. Almost like it has a little bit of brown in there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do a couple of those, a couple white ones. I was a little concerned when I saw this design, and I was like, gotta have it, about these couple little pieces that we have. But like I said, just take them from the frame right to the tape, and you guys have this. I'm not gonna even worry about shading. They're just too tiny. You can paint your bike one more time. It would look fantastic. So honestly, we've painted all of the components on the bike. Let me go ahead and put it together. And I'm not gonna glue it today just now because I'm gonna give my background one more coat. So the little wheel goes in the back. I wonder if all bikes are like that. And so the way it goes is the frame, the frame's going to go into that opening. So I wouldn't probably glue it down just yet. I'd figure out where everything needs to be. It's not bad. There you go. It is not bad at all. I'll just lift it up from the back side there. There we go. You just line it up, put in the kickstand. I see what I did. I haven't painted my seat yet. Okay, let me paint my seat super fast. I just get so excited. So are you on your lunch hour? Are you sneaking a peek? Maybe you're at home in a snowstorm with your husband going, should I put the plow on? Should I put the plow on? I'm like, no, don't put the plow on. It's a process. That's why I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. What color bike did you have as a little girl? My goodness, so cute. Okay, where's my basket? Okay, my basket is here. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not completely lined up straight, but I'm not gonna glue mine. I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the flowers, and then I'm gonna quickly put them back on because I don't wanna lose them. Okay, I thought I lost one. Come on, back there, baby. This one's so tiny. So tiny. Okay, it'll be worth it. Now, I did not add the black centers to the flowers yet, but you guys can see what I'm doing here. Oh, so cute. So this one's just a leaner. It'll lean against something on your tiered tray. Let me show you what I have. I just have my yoga pants on today because I'm gonna go to the workshop. Did I mention that it's snowing? How cute, how cute. So I'm gonna do one or two little detail pieces, just a few. I'm not gonna go crazy today, guys. It's snowing after all. I'm looking for a small paintbrush, and I do like the nail brushes we talked about, but I've completely destroyed mine. Like completely. Let me just look for my photo real quick. Okay, I'm just gonna come in with some white, and I would recommend you water down your white just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and do some zigzags and dots. I'm gonna like, ooh, crazy little line. I'm gonna come back and do dots. So I'm just gonna skip a few. 99, I know it's 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100. That's what my kids always used to sing. So here we go. Ooh. You can use the back side of your paintbrush for your dots or a toothpick. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my other one. Ooh. Just kind of like a little wavy line. I'm gonna start here. I think that makes more sense than my photo. I'm gonna put a little apostrophe there on my bike back end. I'm gonna put a little curve, and at the top of my bike, I might come in and redo that. A couple lines down to be the grip, and then a line across. Just a little something here and there, just to give it a little interest. Okay, now I'm going for it. Whoop. Just going for it. Okay. I'm personally going to just use a toothpick and cut off the ends. It's just a kitchen toothpick. That means they're pointy to get into the bacon and asparagus, which we had last night. Oh, so good. We did them Disneyland style. All right, so I flattened it so the surface was a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3. When people say this doesn't work for them, I ask them how much paint they have. If you had a pulled surface, like you had a paint palette, or you had like an egg carton where the paint would pull and be thicker, you're gonna get bigger circles, dots, excuse me. If you hardly have any paint, you know, to dip in, you're not going to, I don't remember that. Oh. Okay, you're killing me. You're not gonna be able to do this technique very well. I just do 3, typically. Yeah, that one's gonna need to be fixed. I'm trying to keep with the contour of the bike tire, but I didn't there, but it's black. I'll cover it up. It's gonna be A-okay. I'm gonna put a couple right here, a couple smaller ones, 2. Okay, easy peasy. You can also take this time to clean off your toothpick and come in and paint the inside of your flowers if you want. Since I forgot. They look a little boring. I might have to come back to this design and snazz them up a little bit. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's check out this bike now. Ta-da! Let me turn him around. He's not glued. He didn't fall down. He's so cute. This could be up all year if you wanted it to. I love it. So I am going to, you know what? I'm gonna trust that I'm not gonna lose my parts. Right? Yeah. Okay, moving on. Inside your tiered tray, you will find 4 stands. You have 2 that are easel style. You have an uppy and a downy, and they fit together. I'm gonna turn around. They fit together like this. The uppy goes into the downy. You have a piece of paper that will show you how that's done. Wait, we weren't planning on doing that, but I'm gonna make sure that happens. We'll just glue dot a piece of paper that shows you how those stands go together. You get 2 of those. They make good little easels for like the flower market, the spring if you want to, or save it for the next one. And there will be a next one. Okay, next, you have a tulip. I'm gonna paint him in a second. And you have just this flat old stand. And he just hangs out in there. He's a little floppy, so I do recommend you use a glue dot with him. And then there is the flower pot. And the way this stand works, I call it a kickstand, piece of pie kickstand, is you glue the U near the bottom. I don't go all the way to the bottom because it doesn't quite work right. Pretty close to the bottom back of your piece. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up. And then I glue dot my kickstand. You can kind of, whoops, my hands are in the way. Kind of see how that works. And then it just tilts over. You don't have to use them, but we like to include them in case you need them. And so I really want to do, I wanted to do the bike so you guys saw the bike. I personally want to do the spring because it's super cute. It's just a bubble. Man, it's a bubble. Okay, so they're in 3 parts, you should know. So it just reminded me of childhood, this whole file. It's a bubble letter. We all drew bubble letters around our words, our names, anything important. Mrs. Kelly, Sue, Scott Baio. You know, who didn't love Scott Baio growing up? Okay, so, and then I do want to talk about this guy. This guy reads, and let me come closer, Flower Market, open daily, seeds, stems, and blooms. And if you don't do this right, you're not going to be liking me. You can't use heavy paint. It will cover up the etching. It really will. Think stain. If you have some stain, use some stain. I'm just going to use, so you'll use black paint for the frame. Paint the flower any way you want. I'm talking about for the etching. So Flower Market and the seeds, stems, and blooms. I don't want to have to paint over these. I'm lazy. I just want to paint it, display it, enjoy. Some of you guys are okay about doing that. Thanks for saying that it's pretty. Okay, I know there's probably a long delay today. So you can use white if you wanted to, but the trick is you want to thin down your paint with water. Use stain if you want, just not a lot. Then I typically use either a sponge or the wet wipe technique. And what do I mean by that is I just take a wet wipe. I think it was Donna. She said the Walmart wet wipes were really good. They didn't have like, I want to say like soap in them. These ones do have a little bit of soap in them, but this was what was available for my paint party. So sometimes you just gotta take what they have. Another thing that I have not done, but I kind of want to try, and I'm going to guinea pig it to you, is the distressed inks. Let me see. I have some browns, which I might use on this one. I think this is too much space to use on that. Okay, so let's do it. I have blues, browns, everything. I got it all. Okay, why don't we just do something really unique? I'm going to use this, unless I can find teal. Okay, so these are I want to say Tim Burton, but that's not right. Jim Holtz from Ranger. You can get them from Amazon. I just want to see if they'll work. We're going to just guinea pig it here. They are water soluble a little bit till they dry, so very much like latex paints. So I'm just going to go over top. And so I don't want to lose my my wording. Oh, this is nice. And you know what? I must have chosen metallics because I rock that way. Can't even say it with a straight face. Well, somebody's going out of my house pretty loud. Okay, so there's that. And I may come back and do something with it. It worked great, guys. So therefore I know any kind of ink, the ink paints will work really good. If you don't know what they are, just walk down your artist aisle in Michael's and you'll see it. See them. They worked really good. Let me just show you this really quick, because right now I'm sure you just see the blue. So it's the blue, but you can still read the letters very well. You can also, because it is a little bit water soluble, you can come back and wipe it off, but I don't like that. I like what I had. Boom. Okay, where did I put it? Ah, found it. Last one. Whoops, I gotta get that. The dogs will eat them. I've got, let's see, 3 packs of 4 for $30. Oops, where did it go? There it is. Yeah. Okay, next, let's go ahead and do the watered down technique. So this goes on here. The flower goes above it. I want to be able to read the flower market. Now, if you have a steady hand or a steady hand and a good paintbrush, after you paint it, you could come in and paint over them. But I hear all the time that that's not the case. And I really, really tried to make these 3D letters, but they were so small. It was such a headache. We just decided, no, we're not gonna do that. Okay, so here we go. So the thing to do is take out some white and add some water. You're making loose milk. We're gonna call it that. I'm gonna make quite a bit because the wet wipe sucks it up. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna use a wet wipe, and I'm just gonna go over it. And you'll have to do this a couple times. Or if you want it, you know what? It's looking like brown might be the way to go. I said I'd do it, so I'm gonna do it, but I might make it brown. You don't wanna fill in your words, so you gotta make sure that your paint is loose enough. A lot of times what I do is I use a sponge and go heavier to lighter, meaning, I don't know what's going on here, guys. As I'm working towards the center, I'm adding more and more water. Let me use that technique so you guys see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my clean end of my sponge, go right in the white. I'm gonna whiten it up. This is just a good, easy technique. So you're kind of almost making an aura around the words, if that makes sense. You could do multiple coats. I I want to give you techniques because not all techniques work for everyone. It's just that sometimes, maybe you're left-handed, maybe you're right-handed, maybe you press hard, maybe your product is different. I want to give you different ways to do things. Okay, so we're going heavier on the outside, and then as we go into the inside, I just pick up some water and just pull everything in. Can go with the grain, probably suggest you do that. Okay. And I just want to show you, you can still see the words real well. Flower market. Go ahead and paint them if you want. I don't want. At least right now. I might come back later. The glass of wine. It might be wine o'clock by the time I get to that. And I'm just gonna take a nice black, do the outside, make it nice and rich. Okay. Boom. Do as many coats as you need. The only other thing I need to do is my flour, but my hands are a mess. So, I'm kind of curious as if I mix Tell Me About It with some of the apple. So the Tell Me About It is a really blue teal. So I was thinking, and I'm correct, that I'm going to get this fun blue green. And then my flower, we have this pink here that I already have, but I have some purple also. So it's my tulip. Okay. And feel free to go in there and add a bunch of highlighting, low lighting, and that sign's mostly done. As it's drying, you can read the words even better. Okay, we're gonna put that aside. I really like the metallic on the bottom banner. That looks fantastic. That one's gonna be fun. This one, these two are very simple. We did not etch anything on them. And they're just very simple, metallic watering can and flowers, and you can do crazy swirls and whatever you want on the can. And so I do probably have a bouncer. And do you guys know what I mean when I say a bouncer? One of the little dot bouncers. That would be really cute. You can put your little, if you have grandkids, dip them in paint and have them just do the dots. How cute is that? And then every year you bring this out and you're like, on the back, write the age. Rooster helped me paint this, or Rooster, and then the age. He would love that. Oh yeah, he's here tomorrow. Okay, so I have used the Tell Me About It. So let me do the watering can in the Bluesy Goosey. That just makes me laugh. Of course a kid's gonna come up with that name. And when I say kid, hey, she is 17. I'm gonna cry, almost an adult. They're all gonna leave me. They're all gonna leave me. Oh my gosh. Tears. Before COVID, we were really marking down the years by the summer vacations we took. And it was kind of a new thing. We were always busy and too broke to do vacations. And then eventually it kind of hit me like, we have 10 more summers. That's it. And so we started taking a cruise right before school started. Okay, and let's be honest. Right when school started, we would take a cruise because it was just 5 or 6 days of handing out syllabuses, right? Not a lot of homework. And let's face it, the cruises were so cheap. I mean, we could go so cheap because it's not cheap to feed your kids and to do activities on the road. And this was what we could afford. and it was a great opportunity. The kids got to see the world. Then COVID happened. We haven't been on one since. Gotta get on that. But now it's just Sabrina. So what I say is, it's probably better to be the last child than the first child when the parents are broke. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go back to my apple green. Boom. I have a little bit of teal in here. I'm okay with that. It was just a little bit. I'm gonna do my stems. Your tulips can be any color. My goodness, they have black tulips. Holy cow, black tulips. Never when you want them, but you can order them and they can grow. So John has had a career where he's been lucky enough that out of the blue he travels internationally, just really out of the blue. In 1 year he did have to go to, starts with a P, Prague. And so he had to go through Amsterdam, so airport. So he did bring me home some Amsterdam tulips that are planted at our last house in Maple Valley. And if I wouldn't get in a lot of trouble, I'd just go dig them up. You know what I mean? I should have thought to dig them up before we moved. And the daylilies were from our first house, and my mama had given me them, like a cutting to start. So much work. It's so funny that the memories you associate with the flowers is crazy. Kind of like this bike, the memories you associate with a bike. So I'm gonna be honest here. I don't really ride bikes very much. I remember riding bikes. I'm not gonna tell you why I don't ride bikes, but I'm pretty sure most of you probably don't ride bikes for the same reason. So, oops, let's see. So I'm pulling out my fuchsia, even though I said I wasn't. I'm looking for a little bright pink. I may mix it with my other pink. And you know what, while my paint is wet, I'm gonna come in and put the tulip lines. You know what I mean, where the V comes out. And I like to do that with wet on wet. And we did not do it in etching. Sorry, we kept, because the bike was so complicated and the sign, we kept the watering can and the tulip super simple. Meaning make it crazy if you want. Okay, I'm gonna bring in some purple, and I'm gonna just put in a couple curve lines. And do some veins. Just come in and, I like to do this while the paint is wet. Makes it softer. I hear John, he's getting that plow on. So last year when he took over plow committee, it snowed all year long. I think he plowed like 30 times in 4 months. It was just so much. But he hasn't had to do it so much this year. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the Tell Me About It with the green, so it's just a little bit deeper. Go ahead and just slam that door, honey. I'm just gonna bring in these lines. Super cute. Here's where you could do some highlighting on the outside. Maybe come in and do some, gonna do some squiggly little black lines. Whoop. Do some on the bottom. Not a lot. And then whoop. I'm gonna do some in the middle. I'm gonna keep it like that. Maybe some white. You can do some white if you want. Let me just grab the white real quick. Kind of fun. So only for our subscribers. I've had a lot of ladies ask, can I have one of these projects at a paint party? And no, sorry, these are for our subscribers. They are exclusive to them. And then next year we'll pull these out. I mean, there may be an exception to the rule, but pretty much no. No, 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 no. These are for the ladies that are in our club. Okay. I'm gonna just paint my flowers in here to match. But I think I'm gonna do pink, purple, pink. We're keeping it real simple. I would use maybe I'd use the easel stand on this one, or let it be a leaner. While it's wet, I'm just gonna go in. I'm just going to stroke in some purple and pink, just to give them some interest. I'll come back in with some black and white. Okay. So the watering can, you can do anything you want. I think I'm gonna have Rooster come in tomorrow with his fingers and just come in with some gray and pink. Make little dots, and it's gonna be something me and him do. So I'm gonna put that aside. They're almost all done. My spring, I'm just gonna paint the back white, the bubble. So it's gonna go really quick. And I know you guys are sneaking a peek on your lunch hour. Maybe you're the boss. Maybe you run things around there. Maybe you don't get boss pay, but you run things around there. It's really hard for me to go into a paint that doesn't have a good primer after we've been coming up with our paint colors and we're putting primer in our paint. In fact, 2 nights ago I had a paint party and I had 3 or 4 paints of our new paints, and then the paints we always use, and people were like, these paints are watery, and they weren't. They just didn't have primer in them. So I'm really liking these, and once we finish the color line, we'll probably make them available, or at least we'll go, here's our cool colors, and then here's our warm colors, and here's our neutrals. It's not fun to squeeze and paint. I like to do other things. Okay, so let's use all the colors that we've used so far, but use them in the spring. And then what that will do is kind of like tie all the colors together. So the color palette's pretty simple. We stuck with an analogous situation. Analogous is colors that are near each other on the color wheel. We stuck with green, aqua, purple. We want to cross the color wheel for our blast color, which is the pink. And then we use neutrals, white and black. So pretty simple. You can do it too. Okay, so I'm gonna start with, my R is gonna be purple. You can mix the purple and pink together to make it less grapeful. Maybe that's a good name for this purple. Grape jelly. No, it's not dark enough to be grape jelly. Remember, we haven't named it yet. Oh, let's see. You can bring in a different color like yellow, but this green has this brightness about it that it's gonna be my yellow. And then I'm gonna do, getting kind of dirty. Boom. Ta-da. Okay, loosey goosey right here. Remember, go over these until you're happy. Projects inside do not necessarily have to be sprayed, but I have a caveat. If your fan in your kitchen isn't working properly, I would put a spray on these so that they are protected from the grease. Grease is, ugh. And it's just, I'm running into that from our downdraft isn't working. So here I'm going to use Teal Me About It. I think there's some white in there. It's such a pretty color. Teal me about it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. So cute. Now we're into the pink. So thank you. You almost made it the whole way, Penye, without barking. So proud of you. You almost made it the whole way. Almost. Did I scare you? Okay, so I'm gonna use the lighter pink at the beginning. This is not one of my colors. Oopsie. This is from Craft Smart. It's just the rose. I like it because it's not BAM, the BAM color. Like it's not BAM, pink. Here I am. Here I am. Okay. But I am going to use that next. I have fuchsia. I almost kind of feel like I should bring out some of that orange. It needs a shot of redemption. Vindication. Well, she didn't make it. She hears the truck. Her job is to protect and alarm, and she takes her job very seriously. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna come back in, I'm gonna fix my letters. They're gonna be gorgeous when I'm all done. But I typically need a couple shots. Penny. Okay. So cute with the bubble letters. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. Let me line these all up for ya. And hope it helps you with deciding whether you want to be in our art club or not. I mean, who wouldn't? Honestly, and this is what it breaks down to. Let me break it down into you financially. You get 3 flippin' projects for less than $20 a piece because we pay shipping and it's $60. So shipping's normally $8 or $9. So for $50 you get 3 projects. 3 projects, and this is one. And normally we charge about $25 per project individually. So like if you're on a fixed income, every other month you would get 3 projects. I think it's the most affordable way for you to do art with us in our clubhouse. So hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. Remember that if you're getting this, that your basket will be cut out and have those woven features. Move that over a little bit. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you all understand that the groundhog lied and we have snow, but I hope you guys don't. Bye guys.